Probably quite a few. But at least how many people are not going to die from fentanyl poisoning because they're going to get pure stuff? Probably a lot.
Uh, yeah, talking fentanyl in specific, like it's a very difficult conversation to have because most of the things that we will all agree are terrible drugs aren't being used at the hospital.
Right.
So until that part gets taken, like it's a bad look all the way around. But the bar has been set so high. Like everything that's called a drug nowadays is terrible. Like there's been no evolution. Like yikes.
Well, that's part of the problem with keeping drugs illegal, and especially psychedelic drugs, since 1970. It's like stymied human evolution, stymied research, stymied growth.
What did?
Keeping drugs illegal, keeping psychedelic drugs illegal,
Look,
specifically psychedelic drugs.
if there was a God, then he put a fail safe on the drug so that you would have a barrier.
And that's Richard Nixon?
That's ODing.
ODing, yeah.
Right.
Right, with
So-
those drugs.
Right. So really what's happening is you're like, okay, whatever you're on, do it till you're dead. And
Yeah.
so, statistically, that's going to happen. You're going to lose some people, but the people that's not doing it, they're not going to start doing it. Like,
Right, and they're going to learn from the people that died. Like you learned to not eat poisonous plants.
You would think, but if that were true, nobody in the world would ever do heroin. Like, if you've ever seen somebody kick it, like,
Right.
you would never do it. Like, it doesn't matter how it makes you feel if the end result is defecating and urinating in a puddle that you're laying in while being naked. Then, like,
Yeah.
you would,
Yeah.
like,
True.
you would just call that poisonous.
If you were smart. Yeah. You would learn. You would learn from other people doing it. And that's the
Right.
thing. It's like we're reluctant to allow that factor into people's lives, but we kind of have with a lot of other factors.
Well, a lot of these things were used sparingly and in context as well. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
So,
Particularly a lot of psychedelics. They were used in a ritualistic way.
but that's like us saying, well, in that cooking show, they were using herbs and spices. Like, yeah, that goes with it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
if somebody tells you that when they used to come through with the ball and the smoke and the incense, that at one point it was marijuana,
yeah.
right? Understand that it was setting the mood of the room.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's how you know there is an occult. How could there not be? There's another side to everything, universally. So, yeah.
That must have been a wild time in church. Everybody just got contact high. People walking down the aisles with balls filled with marijuana smoke.
Well, understand, this is not being consistently done. This is being done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so there's no such thing as you getting too much of it. You're not getting enough to do anything except relax.
Right.
And relax is what you should be
Yes.
doing as we discuss what we're discussing.
Yeah, it'll humble you a little. Calm you down a little.
It'll take the edge off.
Yeah.
You're
take the
not
edge off.
you're not getting enough to have the munchies, and if you do, we'll probably have a little something for I don't know. But I'm saying all throughout history, people have been searching for this connection. And,
Yes.
and we don't have historically any evidence of any groups of people doing something for no reason.
Right.
There was a element to this. So when we have the stories of we went in this cave and crazy shit was down there, and like we now know that a lot of that existed. Like the air is not the same down there. Like it might have been a poisonous gas in there, and we
Right.
know that, you know, these were things that were not known then. So it's just fascinating to see the stories where we are now and to see how advanced they were on these particular subjects. And that time weeded out the BS stories really well.
Yeah, there's probably something to all of them. There's probably something to all stories from all cultures. There's
And
a reason why they would want to tell them over and over and over again.
one of the criteria for it to last over time.
Yeah.
Like that's what I understood. When I broke the internet, I was trying. Let me see if you know. Like when you start studying quotes and where great quotes come from, you start getting these people that are known for their great quotes, right? But the further you go back, you see who really said it 1st. You know what I mean? And that's what brings it full circle to that emerald tablet I was telling you about, right? Because 70% of it is something you've heard somewhere else.
Well, I can't wait to read it. I wasn't even aware of it, but it totally makes sense.
Like there are things in it that are verbatim to the Bible, verbatim to the Quran, like verbatim to.
I'm going to read it.
It's a great thing.
Katt Williams, thank you for being here, man. This was a lot of fun. I'm
Thank
glad
you
we finally
for
did
having
it.
me, Joe. You're a
Glad I finally met
superhero.
you.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciate you very much, man. And we talk well about you all the time. I think you're one of the best comics of all time. And, you know, I think you're a fucking animal, man. You get after it in a way that, like, the energy that you have, I appreciate you very much. Very much.
Thank you.
So it was a lot of fun.
Likewise.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, everybody.